Oh, I thought you said an interim.
No, like an inchworm. I don't know.
Oh,
Thanksgiving inchworm.
I thought you said I feel like an intern. It's like,
That's what I said too.
oh.
Is it live?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's booted up yet.
Yeah, it's just like
I guess we should go back to that.
yeah.
It's a different chat, so you have to go to my channel and grab the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
After party.
We got the after party.
We got the after party.
You guys.
Put that up to date.
Oh my god.
Chat, let us know when you can see us.
Okay.
Whoa, 57 people are already here.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hey there.
hello, 57.
What up,
people.
everybody?
Hi.
How about that video? It was okay.
I forgot to do this.
Wait, what?
Wait, that was so lame. What the heck?
Do it again.
Anyways,
Anyways, sorry guys.
I was gonna make the noise.
y'all better get. Okay, sorry, I'm just making the comments funny.
That's okay. Have at it. I saw Kevin Moore snuck in here.
Oh, Kevin.
Yo, what's up, Kevin?
What up, Kevin?
Kevin.
We got a podcast one day, brother.
Hi.
Kevin, Steve, Johnny. Hi, Johnny.
So, what'd you guys think of the video? Let us know.
Kevin. Oh, we see Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
Hey.
What's up,
Custom
Kevin?
is here too.
I still have like borderline tears in my eyes, y'all.
Oh, man.
He never cease to amaze, never cease to cut the onions.
Onions.
Means it was a job well done, folks.
What's the
Sixth
temperature in Kelowna?
Let's take a look.
Probably like -5.
That's it?
wait, Is the prediction there? Oh, that's big white. Nope. Boom! It's -8
It's been like
Celsius.
yeah, it's been well, that's not warm, but it's been like warmer than normal this year.
Yeah, there was like that cold snap like during the last day of Hypo, but then it got warmer-ish again.
Like on Christmas, it was probably like not even freezing.
It wasn't even freezing. No.
Yeah, which
There
is
was
weird.
no snow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had
there's
a-
been no snow all year.
We had a brown Christmas too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the first time that like we've had like 2 Christmases without snow that I remember.
Mhm.
But this was the first time that like the whole winter was like no snow.
Yeah, but it was very odd.
Yeah.
Very odd indeed.
Like even where we were shooting, we were like Ari and I were talking, we're like, why is there like not a lot of snow here? It's
Mhm.
weird.
My auntie's here. Okay, this
Hello.
auntie, she is a goat because a god because
Well done.
her house was like home base. That's the one we were talking about earlier. Where like her house is like closer to the shooting location than like any of our houses. So
Yes.
every like morning at 4 a.m. we'd be there like disrupting everybody in her house. And like
yeah.
so it was
So-
very kind of her.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Candace, thank you so much. The video would not have been possible without you. And
Very
she would
much
make
so.
us breakfast every morning
Mhm.
too.
Very,
So,
very good host.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us, Candace.
Yes.
Robert says, I want to leave a sarcastic remark because I don't have the words to explain how good that was, but he can't even do that.
Aw. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Yes.
chat. I know you're going to have questions. I know
Yes,
you
any
have.
questions about that we can answer now.
Yeah.
Yes, we could talk about the process of all of this. So just let us know.
So I heard a little rumor that Aria, that you did the art for this.
Yeah, so there was now that you've seen it, we can say things. Yay. There was the book that showed up in a few scenes where like the one person was like scribbling in it or like flipping through the pages. That was a really interesting thing to do because so Becca, the person who designed the drums, was also the person who designed the cover of the book. And then our director Evan, it was so funny leading up to the video of the like leading up to the shoots. Every day he'd be like, okay, so can you also paint this? Or like, could you paint this? And it was like in 5 days, he wanted me to do 5 paintings. So it was quite the process, but we got it together and it looks pretty cool. So
Yeah, it sure does.
it was fun.
Yes.
Looks really good.
Arya did an amazing job.
Shout out to Aria, y'all.
Mhm.
So talk to me about this, like the story of this, because it kind of feels like we have, I believe Teddy was the spectator. It was the kind of title. And it kind of was like some voodoo doll shit in the book.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So talk to me about like, you know, what's the story? What's going on throughout this?
Let me think of what we can say. And what we
Yeah,
can't
there's
say.
still some things about
Yeah.
There's still some things you can't talk about.
There because like it ties into the whole album itself. So what can we say? She was controlling us, basically, right?
yes.
Teddy represents anonymity.
Mhm.
Okay, Teddy's character, the spectator, represents anonymity. And so we kind of wrote this song about this whole concept of what it is to be anonymous and the kind of power that you can have as someone who is anonymous, because that gives you the power to be able to hurt people, right? And so it's like in the song, there's like this one lyric that's like, and everyone's a victim, but everybody's a knife, but everyone's a knife, because everybody is like a victim of this, but everybody's also contributing to the problem, because there are so many ways that people can be anonymous, right? So she kind of represents that.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Totally. And I'm gonna jump all over here. This is gonna be a Johnny Foxtrot interview now. Just kidding, buddy. You know I love you. That last scene, y'all, with the fire and the fireworks,
That's what we were talking about
and the
before.
battle.
Yes.
That was
Walk me
quite
through that. What was that like?
So that was the scene. We had like the slime in our hair, and we had been out there for hours, and Quinn's hands were literally blue. Like it was like so cool, but it was really, really fun.
Yeah, and so we, the makeup artist had made this like type of slime to put in our hair to make our hair look wet. And originally Evan, he came up to us and he was like, scratch that, we're not going to use the slime because it's going to make you guys really cold. And we're like, okay, well, we're already very, very cold. And we were like, if it's supposed to look like we just came out of a lake, then we should look like we were soaking wet. So we're like, no, just cover us in slime. Just do it. We will get freezing cold. So we got covered in slime, and then we shot that, and it was so fun. Yeah, like we were saying before, it was the stress for people was that it was time sensitive, because obviously you have like this much time between when you light the fire and when the fire's going to be done.
Yeah, it was a one shot kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like the fire wasn't staying on for long enough, so people were literally throwing cups of gas.
Yeah, there's people in the background throwing gasoline on the fire.
So there's like certain like angles of that shot that we couldn't use, because you could see like Evan like pouring gas
Yes.
in the background, and my mom like kicking it.
Yeah.
It was something
Yeah.
to keep that fire going long
Yeah.
enough.
Over time, we'll definitely like put out some videos
behind the
of like
scenes.
behind the scenes, and you'll be able to see. It was a lot of like people like 1, 2, 3, throw, and then everyone's throwing the gasoline on the fire.
That fire was so huge though, and the lens that they used made it look like everything was condensed, so it looked like the fire was much closer to us than it actually was. It's like 15 feet behind me, and then the girls were more in front of me. But you could feel that. At least for me, I could feel that on my back.
I
It was
don't
like,
think-
oh my, there it is.
Aria and I were very far away from the fire. We couldn't feel it. Like,
Yeah.
But Jonah could.
But
It was nice though, because it was so cold. I was like, that's better,
yeah.
Yeah,
Aria and I were like, we were just playing. And we're like, I wonder if the fire worked.
Yeah.
And then we like see the shots and we're like, oh my God, the fire.
I remember I was actually a little bit worried at first, because obviously I wasn't looking at the fire for the scene. But then after we were done filming that scene, I turned around and there was fire, but it had oh my gosh, it had all died out. So I was like, oh, it didn't like go very far, but it was just because it had like died down during the
it
shot.
died down really quick, so they had to get like a limited amount of shots in
Yeah,
there, so
but it turned out really well, so that was only in the moment.
So for that one, we did, I want to say altogether, I think we did 3 go rounds of that.
I think there was
or 2.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 3, and then there's also like 3 other ones because we were doing like individuals. So there's like 3 wides and then like something like that.
Yeah, so there was one where was it Bowen who was doing that, and he was like far out, and he was getting like the full like the far away shot of all of us. So
wide.
yes, we did like 1 or 2 like that, and then we did another 1 or 2 where they would be standing close to us, so you could get like the shots closer to our face. And then I think you did a few by yourself.
Yeah, I did a couple of close-ups.
But it was all very, very quickly because of the fire.
Yeah.
So before that as well, we were doing the individual shots in the forest, and that's when the drum kit looked like a tree. So the drum kit looked like a tree there, and then it had so the bark around in the moss too around the drums. And then on the skins, there was it was looked like a tree too. So it was kind of looking like the drum kit was like growing out of the forest. It looked super cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and it was intentional that at the beginning of the video we were all separated, because that was supposed to be a part of the thing with like being anonymous and feeling isolated. Because of like what people have the power to say to you when they are hiding behind that like anonymity, right? So we were supposed to kind of represent that being alone, and to have Teddy or the spectator control us. But then Originally, the video we were gonna make it end in like a sad way. We were gonna like
It was
make
gonna
it
be a
like
tragedy at first.
a tragedy.
You know what I'm trying to say.
I got you, dog. But then in the end, Evan, it was his idea. He was like, "No, I think in the end, you guys are together and you fight back, because that's ultimately like we want it to be a hopeful type of thing, you know."
Mhm.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why we're separated at the beginning and then together in the end, and the whole video is us trying to get to each other.
Definitely. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, like, the spectator is like, attacking you guys, cutting like words into your faces and stuff, and you all run towards the middle, and you're actually running like on the page of the book, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like such a great decision. That looks so cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Teddy, our queen.
Yes.
Love her.
She's very
Yes.
like multifaceted when it comes to helping you guys out, eh?
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. So
Serial
yeah,
killer by day and spectator by night.
well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like for people who don't know, she was also the nurse in VHS, and then the spectator in Hypothermia, and she's also the editor. So literally any video you've seen of us, whether it be like live stuff or music videos, she has edited all of that. So
Yeah,
she's
shout out to
amazing.
Teddy. Yeah, she's an incredible human being. The whole team they're all incredible.
Absolutely.
I also want to clarify, and I think someone was joking along with me, but Jonah and I were talking about how the drums sounded like Dookie, not the recorded drums, the filmed drums. The recorded
yeah,
drums
yeah.
sounded great.
I want to clarify that. After the music video, like I have the drums in my house now, and they sound really bad. That's what I meant, not the recording. Yeah, because it was so cold. Right?
Recording
And they were
sounded
left-
great.
And they were
They
literally
were left-
packed with snow.
Yeah, there was snow packed. So in the fire scenes, it was supposed to look like ice drums. So they were packed with snow, and then after that, left out in the cold overnight in minus 15 or below. And yeah, so that's what happened to those drums. And those are also the same drums that were used in VHS.
Which got covered in like blood and stuff at that show.
Yeah, so that when I say they've been through a lot, they've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And
And they
they have
already
to-
had their whole story before that. What was
They were my dad's kit before.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
was that the same kit for the barn?
No.
No. Okay.
That
No.
was your other one.
Okay.
That was the one you play live, I think, right?
Yeah.
Jeremy and Jillian want to know how many cameras were used in that. Do you guys know?
I do not.
Lots.
I do not know how many cameras, but it was a lot.
More than one.
Yeah,
Definitely more than one.
like 4 or 5, 4 maybe. Like
I have no idea.
There was always people like doing shots of like us individually, and then there was some people like
Yeah.
on side.
there was
some
usually
people-
like 2 at a time, so it'd be like a wide and then maybe a close up over here. But there wouldn't usually be more than that unless it
Mhm.
was
Well,
a
sometimes,
big
like,
shot.
3,
Like,
yeah,
like for
yeah.
the fire shot, they probably got 3 in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't know. So
Not sure.
And then
Yeah. And there's the drone as well, and then they had different cameras for underwater, I think, too.
oh yeah.
yeah, talk to me about that. What was going on
Oh,
there?
So that was filmed at the YMCA.
Shout out to the YMCA.
They let
Yeah.
us come in after, like, once the pool had closed, and they let us use the place for a music video. So
Yeah.
basically, how Evan and the whole team, they worked their magic. So what they did was they put black tarps all over the part of the pool where we were going to be filming, so along the side and along the bottom, to make it look like we were in the cold dark lake, right?
Mhm.
So we did those shots.
And do you remember when like when we were first doing those shots, Quinn and I were wearing like fake eyelashes, and we came out of the water, and Quinn was looking at me. She was like, "Is something missing?" And I looked in the water, my eyelash was floating away. It was so funny.
And the fur basically was the fur came off when we went in the water, right? But it was so heavy because like you jump in, right? Fur comes off, swim back up, grab the fur, and like bring it back, and it was heavy.
It was at least 30 pounds. Like it was
yeah,
a lot.
yeah, it was heavy. Oh my god.
We had to like use weights to like drag us down sometimes. Like it was
Yeah.
quite the process filming that part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, and do you want to talk about your difficulties with your outfit?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm a pretty good swimmer, but honestly, I underestimated how hard it would be to swim in boots and like a full coat, because the red coat was also floating whenever I
Yeah,
jumped
It
in.
was like a life
So
jacket.
it looked so goofy whenever I jumped in. So they actually had to cut holes in that.
Like
Yeah.
lifting her
And
out.
It would turn into like a balloon whenever he jumped in the water.
Yeah.
Like it would like blow up, and he was trying to like sink, but he
Yeah,
couldn't sink. So yeah, Ginny had
basically.
to like cut the jacket.
Yeah, and the boots, they were filled with fur on the inside, so that soaked in all the water and then made the boots at least 20 pounds each, and it was really hard to swim with them. But it was okay. I would get out of the water and then I would take the boot off and then I'd dump it upside down and then all this water would like come out.
Like a pirate movie.
Yeah, it was so goofy. But
And then
yeah.
for Aria and I, we had a few adjustments made to our outfits for that. So what we did was we wanted to keep some consistency between the cold shots and then the pool shots because we had so many layers on underneath. Like we were wearing literally pajama pants underneath our skirts for some, or like snow pants underneath. But we also had these really tight warm pants that looked like the same color as our skin. Okay, so what we did was we cut those. They used to go like all the way down, but we cut them to be like shorts. And then our skirts had maybe like 3 or 4 layers on the inside, but we cut the skirts so that they only had like 1 or 2 layers, so that it was like not as heavy.
And we put like magnets on the bottom, which didn't end up working, but we put like magnets on the bottom so that they like float downwards. It was funny.
Yeah, it was definitely a whole thing because we were trying to make it so like when we jump in the water, we didn't want the skirts to go like all the way up because we wanted it to look different. We wanted them to be down, right? We didn't want to look like balloons in the water. So yeah, we used to have magnets on the skirts. It was a lot of trial and error for sure. And this was all done like right before we left the house also. Like we were literally like chopping things and making adjustments while we were like in the change room of the pool.
I have so many videos of like, no, I'm not short enough.
Yeah.
Also, Jonah, you were dealing with an injury on the pool day.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So when we did the pool shoot, that was the same day that we opened vinyl.
We got our finals and
Yeah, we got
it was like a test copy to see if we liked the way everything was set up for
yeah
the Thrones vinyl.
for the Thrones vinyl. So I was opening it and I cut my finger with the X-Acto knife. So then we had to bandage that up, and it was bleeding for like 45 minutes straight.
Pretty good.
So
cut.
it was a good cut. Like I lopped off that part. I mean, it's pretty much healed by now. But anyways, so we get to the pool and it's like still bleeding whenever I take off the bandage. But luckily, shout out to the lifeguards. They were there the whole time, and they got some first aid on that. So I kind of had to like hide it in the shots, like.
It was bandaged. It was bandaged real good.
I remember seeing like when you took the bandage off for the first time, your hand was like shaking. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, it was a big cut.
Very like on brand though.
VHS was trying to take over this video.
Yeah.
When have we like shot a video and not had some sort of like injury or big difficulty that like there's always at least, we talked about this before, there's always at least one person who's like sick or has some sort of injury, but we still do the video.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep,
that's
yep, yep.
awesome. Was that Jonah? Was that the jacket story, or like were we just delayed? And because everyone was asking about the jacket.
Oh, yeah, that's like what I had to say, but I think they have this goofy video of me doing like a big somersault when I jumped in.
That somewhere.
Yeah, we'll find the video and
So-
post it.
We're
Right.
doing these shots where like we would like jump in, right? Well, you can explain it, but
Yeah. Well, I didn't really know what was happening, to be honest. I jumped in, and then we're supposed to sink down and then act like we're drowning, right? But then I kind of just stayed at the top and just
And you're, like,
went in
feet up.
circles.
Switch, and his legs were like sticking out of the water, and he just
I was like waiting. I was like, okay, wait, that was like such a cool jump. It's gonna be like the coolest shot ever.
And
And
then
then like his like legs come up. I was like, and then like the coat like flipped inside out or something. Like it was so funny.
Yeah,
your iconic pinky.
It was the best thing ever.
yeah. And to warm up, we couldn't go in the hot tub, but we went in the kiddie pool. So we'll post pictures of that as well. But we were like,
But
ready
it was
to
still
sit there.
cold. We were just cold the whole time. Just
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were just like sitting in the kiddie pool looking at like all the like little hippos, and we're like, man, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
And also, this was so the pool scene. That was it a Sunday?
Yeah, that was.
It was a Sunday, and the Monday onward, that was finals week. So we had so much work. Literally beforehand, right before we started, I started crying because I realized that I had a presentation due the next day, and I was so stressed out. And we were like shooting, and there's just like so much going on, so I had to like walk laps around for like 15 minutes to like calm down. Luckily, it was on that day though, because it already would have looked like I was crying if I came out of the pool, because
That's
I would have
true.
had water all over my face.
Yeah.
But just like for the context of like what that whole time was like, was a lot
it was a
Mhm.
lot. It was
Yeah.
cold
a
and
lot.
stressful and really, really fun.
That's actually another problem was like the makeup not running underwater.
Yeah.
It actually was really good, except the eyelashes, of course.
Oh, and the
um,
scars also.
The scars were
My
peeling.
scars were fine, but you guys,
They
the
were
scars
peeling off. Yeah. So we got like the word lies written on our faces in the video, and then we had to keep it on in the pool for like continuity.
Mhm.
So they were peeling off in the water. I don't know if you can notice in the video, but
Yeah.
probably not.
I'm gonna have to watch again. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. And yeah, we chose the word lies just because like with this whole thing of anonymity and being able to like kind of say or do anything, which is what Teddy's character was. It's just like you have like the opportunity and the platform to kind of like say or do anything, and that's kind of like that is the negative side of it, right? And so yeah, so lots of lies. So we got lies across the face.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I love
Mhm.
it. Anything else y'all want to add before we start going and watching some reactions here, or what?
Oof.
Oh, gotta
Um,
think.
if you guys have any more questions,
Yeah.
make sure to put them in the chat because we will answer.
We got you.
Yeah,
And
and
it's the most
usually we're
sent
pretty
video.
good at responding on like videos. So if anyone like comments any like questions that you think of later on the like actual music video, then
Mhm.
we'll
Try to make sure.
try to make sure we respond in the comments.
100%.
Custom OGT. Danny wants to know who's the most sensitive to the cold out of you three.
I think me.
Quinn
Yeah,
sister.
well, there's actually like a story for this. Okay, so I have a condition called celiac disease. Okay, so it basically, short story, it means that I can't eat gluten. It's not like an allergy though. Basically, if I eat gluten, it wears away at my intestine, which just, it's not good because my body doesn't absorb any of the nutrition when I eat food, which means that my body, sometimes I have troubles regulating my temperature, and I'm usually very, very cold just because I don't always have enough like nutrition to like keep myself warm. So my hands are always very, very cold. They actually, on the days that we went up to the lake, we would go up individually on the first day or two, and I was sent up last because they were just like, everyone was worried that I would get too cold too quick. So
Actually get
definitely-
hypothermia.
yes.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is like my favorite thing ever is snow and winter. That's like my all-time favorite thing, but I am the least good at dealing with it compared to them. But yeah, so definitely me.
If you do more water scenes, they need to be in the forest hot springs. Yeah, for real.
Yes.
Yeah, vocals on that one were wild. Everything on that one was wild. Y'all really brought it on that one.
Thank you. I think we did a really good job of like, I remember when we were writing this, the main thing we kept always going back to when we were trying to explain new ideas to each other was we wanted this to be pretty and heavy. We
Yep.
wanted to have such a contrast. You remember
Great
that? Like we
balance.
were
Yeah, no,
constantly, it
I
needs to be
remember
pretty
that.
and heavy. So like, let's get the vocals to be so beautiful and the instruments to be heavy. And I think we did a really good job of like bringing that all together. And also we reflected that well in the video because there's like the darkness to it, but it's also in such a beautiful location. So
Definitely.
Yeah, love it.
Thanks, dude.
Okay, y'all, my video is about to drop here, so I'm going to have to jet.
Oh, yeah.
Great
Okay.
hanging out with you, though. And congratulations on an amazing release.
Thank you,
I'm-
Jess.
I'm-
yeah,
I'm
thank you
gonna-
all
Thank
so
you,
much for
Jesse.
joining us. Thank you, Jesse.
Anytime.
And, enjoy.
Y'all know I
Yeah,
love you.
thank you everybody for watching and sticking around.
Yeah, go check out everybody's reactions now. All the reactors are going to start dropping their stuff. So go support them, please.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and you'll see me in the chats too, and
Yes.
in the comments. I'll for sure be in them. But thank you guys. Thanks everyone for being here. If you haven't checked out Freeze the Falls Patreon, please check them out. It's a great spot. There's my mom. She said she just loved the whole thing. Junie's here. What up, Junie? Okay, y'all. Thanks so much for the hang today. Freeze the Fall. Good luck back at school. Congratulations
Thank you.
again.
Thanks.
Bye
Don't
for now.
even talk about it. No.